What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another weekly video. If you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling more confused than when it started, or you've heard something that made you go, what? Wait, what just happened? You might be talking to a narcissist. Today, we're going to be diving deep into the mind games, manipulative one-liners, and classic guilt trips that narcissists use over and over and over again, just to control, confuse, and emotionally drain you. This isn't about just identifying toxic phrases. It's about recognizing the patterns, reclaiming your voice, and saying, nope, not today. For those of you, if it's your first time, I welcome you. For those of you, if you're back, as always, welcome back. My name is Joe. I'm a life coach, relationship coach, business coach, investor, and entrepreneur. Let's start with the gaslighting greatest hits. These are phrases that make you question your own sanity, like, that never happened. Have you ever replayed a memory and you were 100% sure you knew what you saw? And now another person is just flat out denying it. This is classic gaslighting. You bring something up that upsets you, and they just seem to erase it somehow. Suddenly, you're questioning your own memory, and trying to figure out, did it even really happen? You're imagining things. It's not just denial. It's a total rewrite of reality. You feel like you're losing your mind. You're overreacting, or you're being too sensitive. Notice how it's always your fault for feeling hurt? They want your emotions to be the problem, not their behavior. You're just being paranoid. This one covers up the lies. You sense something is off. Maybe you found a weird message or saw a red flag somewhere, and they flip it into somehow your flaw. In case you guys didn't already know, gaslighting works best when you're already second-guessing yourself. So keeping a journal or voice memos about conversations, what you saw, what you heard, and what happened, can be a huge way to stay grounded when you see it on paper. Now, let's talk about the blame game. This is where narcissists never take accountability. They just pass it like a hot potato. Look what you made me do. This is emotional manipulation 101. It turns their bad behavior into your fault somehow. Dangerous. Especially in relationships where there's emotional or physical abuse. I wouldn't have done that if you didn't. Translation, it's always your fault, no matter what. There's always an excuse, and that excuse is you. They'll use whatever you do to justify their bad actions, because if you didn't provoke them, they wouldn't have done that, which means you deserved it in the first place. You're always trying to start something. Even when you calmly express your needs, this phrase flips the script and makes you feel like a troublemaker for even speaking up. You're the problem in this relationship. This is said to wear you down, to make you feel like you're the toxic one. They repeat it so often that eventually, you may even start believing it. Here's a big red flag and one warning I want to share with you. If someone repeatedly avoids accountability and always points the finger at you, you're probably not the problem. Listen, guys, one of the most insidious things narcissists do is flip into victim mode. They're always the victim. Life is always unfair. They've always been wronged. Because if they're the victim, you're automatically the villain. Everyone always leaves me. This is designed to make you feel special and responsible for them. It can keep you in a toxic cycle just out of guilt. No one ever supports me. You might hear this one right after setting a boundary. It's meant to paint you as cold and uncaring, when in reality, you're just protecting your peace. You know what? You're just like everyone else. This kind of stings, especially if you've bent over backwards for them. But that's the point. It's meant to guilt you into proving them wrong. After everything I've done for you, here comes the emotional invoice. Every good deed was a transaction, and now it's time for you to pay up. It's not generosity, it's manipulation with interest. Just remember one thing about healthy people in relationships, guys. Healthy people do not keep receipts on love, and they don't turn kindness into currency. Now, let's jump into ego strokes and superiority complexes. These are the phrases narcissists use to feed their sense of self-importance while subtly controlling you. You'll never find anyone like me. Well, that's the point. But to a narcissist, it's meant to scare you into staying. You know, you're really lucky to have me. Whether you said jokingly or seriously, this is meant to devalue you and inflate themselves. You're not lucky. You're surviving. Everyone is jealous of me. Yeah, sure they are, Jan. This is narcissistic projection. They want you to believe they're admired, envied, and even worshipped, which is far from reality. You know, no one else gets me like you do. Sounds romantic, kind of, right? But it often leads to isolation. If you're the only one who understands them, then you're more likely to tolerate behavior others wouldn't accept and normally walk away. This is my favorite one. I could have anyone I want, or I could have my ex back in a quick second. Then why don't you go do that? But no, they say this to threaten you. Subtly. It's emotional blackmail disguised as confidence to wear you down, thinking that in a split second, they can leave you for something else without blinking an eye. And then there's confusion. There's the nonsense, the pure chaos, the stuff that makes your brain do backflips. You're crazy. There it is, the nuclear option. It's designed to make you question everything. But here's the truth. If you're being called crazy for setting healthy boundaries, you're probably exactly on the right track. You're twisting my words. Even when you're quoting them verbatim, they'll accuse you of misinterpreting everything. It's just mental gymnastics, and they expect you to do all the flipping. I don't understand why you're always so negative. Often said when you bring up a genuine concern. Suddenly, you're now a downer. And they don't want to use communication. They want compliance, and only compliance. If any of these phrases made you feel triggered, seen, or even just a little too called out, I see you. You're not being sensitive. You're not overreacting. You're reacting to someone deliberately messing with your reality. Comment below. Which one of these phrases hit hardest for you? Or is there one that I missed that still rings in your ears? Let's talk about it. Listen, you deserve clarity. You deserve peace. You deserve relationships that don't leave you questioning your worth. If this helped you, share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe for more content like this. And above all, keep trusting yourself. You're not crazy. You're waking up. Thank you guys for joining me for yet again another video. As always, I appreciate you. Check you on the next one.